Well, I'm very sorry to report that today in London, for our 9 million citizens, Tier 2 lockdown measures have begun. And this highlights what I've been speaking about for the past month, which is three things. This demonstrates a total lack of leadership, a completely disproportionate response to the virus, and a total lack of science-based decision-making. And I want to talk about that today. The UK hospitality chief has already said this is going to lead to massive job losses, expecting 250,000 or more. And what we have here is a pandemic, but not the one that you think. What we have is a pandemic of incompetence. That's exactly what we have here, because this is going to crush our hospitality and tourism sectors. The hospitality sector is responsible for 120 billion pounds of revenue in this country, and the tourism sector, 200 billion pounds. And I got to sit down yesterday with David Stafford, who runs the London big bus tours here that are massive and big for tourism. They were running 50 buses this same time last year. They are now running one. And their business is being decimated by the fear, this culture of fear and fear-mongering that our mayor and that our governments continue to press, even though, according to Public Health England's own data, only 3.3% of COVID transmissions are happening in the hospitality sector. It makes no sense. And yet, our mayor here has been on this bizarre London lockdown crusade. And he said before that we all go as one. So even though many of the boroughs in London still are underneath 100 cases per 100,000, wherever that number came from, which is significantly lower than the 700 cases per 100,000 up in Liverpool, he's decided that we all go as one. We all go as one into bankruptcy. We all go as one into mental health issues. And apparently we're all going to go as one down the toilet, according to him. And there was a great article yesterday in the Telegraph that really dug down deep and said, why are the mayors of Liverpool and Sheffield and Manchester openly protesting, threatening illegal action to the government to save the jobs of their citizens, and yet our mayor here in London, the city that's responsible for 25% of GDP of this country, 50% of the tax receipts, is crusading to lock down your rights and your businesses and your children and your future more than anyone. And he said it all comes down to relevance and re-election, because in 6 months' time, this was claimed yesterday by the Telegraph article, the mayor will say, well, the government didn't act soon enough, and now I need another bailout. And that has been the broken record we hear over and over again from the current mayor. I need another bailout. Currently asking for £5 billion, that's billion with a B, to bail out his failed transportation system. He's asking for another £20 billion to bail out his affordable housing plan, and he will ask again next year for billions and billions of more pounds from the government to bail out his lack of leadership and lack of interest in getting this city back to work. I'm looking for using science, using a safe protocol, and using a proportionate response to this virus to get what we all want, which is our kids back in our school, people in these offices, our culture back, our tourism back, our economy back. We have the greatest city in the world. We have the greatest minds in the world. We have the greatest culture, the greatest spirit. We've got everything in this city, and yet leadership is failing us on a regular basis. And so I'm going to keep making these videos until we get a change. And I know we can change together, which is why I've decided that I'm going to make a change. I'm going to stop talking about problems, and I'm going to offer solutions, which is why I've come up with my Transform London 2020 plan of attack. You can learn more about this on my website, brianformayor.london. And I will be putting my ideas out there and challenging the leadership. And if you help me, then we will go to City Hall together in May, and we will make drastic changes in this city. We'll get London back to work. We'll put our health first. We'll put our education first. We'll make London safe again. And we will be a world-class city once again. We will lead the world in our protocols in response to this virus. And we'll show them how a city can get back to work and get back to functioning and use a science-based approach, a proportionate response to the virus, and real leadership to get the job done. I'm excited. I'm looking for your feedback and your comments, because my job is to listen and to serve, as opposed to just get reelected. That's not my job. And I want to work tirelessly to get this city back, because it's given me so much. So please leave your comments below. Share this video if it resonated with you. If you want to learn more about my plan of attack, visit our website, and expect more of these videos coming. And I'll be continuing to call out our leadership for their failings, and always looking for better plans and better ways for the future, and a new direction for you, me, and this great city that we call home. Thank you.